Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. Today I'm here to tell you the 7 reasons that I've come up with, the 7 ways that I've come up with that you can kill a big deer. I've given this a lot of thought, and these are the things that I think any person out there needs to do or can do to kill a big buck. A mature buck, I shouldn't say a big buck, I should say a mature buck. Now this is 7 things that I've come up with that have worked for me, and some of these things you can do alone. Some of these things you have to do in tandem with some of the other things. And some of them are, are extremely important to do. Some of them are not. They're kind of last-ditch effort kind of thing. So this is the 7 ways that I think you can go about killing a mature buck. The number 1 way that you're going to kill big bucks from year to year, mature animals from year to year, is to have land that has big animals on it. Mature animals are not on every piece of property out there, and I know this isn't realistic for some people, and it's the dream that everybody has, is to find that piece of property with big Pope and Young bucks, big Boone and Crockett bucks running around every corner, but I understand that that's not realistic. I've spent 25 years hunting. This is my 25th year as a hunter, and there's been a lot of those years that I've had land that just didn't have big mature animals on it. Now, it's not to say that you're not going to go into a piece of land and kill a mature buck if it's not good premium land. You're still going to get the bucks that are passing through during the rut, the bucks that are, traveling through. But if you don't have a piece of land that's got a good food source on it, a good bedding area, all those keys to having mature deer, then you're not going to have a piece. You're not going to have as good a chance at killing a mature buck as the guy next door that has crops on his property, who has a good bedding area, who has good genetics, good mineral systems out. Those are the kind of things that you have to have on your land. And if you don't have land with those things on it, good premium land, then you're going to have less of a chance to harvest a mature animal every year. It's just your percentages are lower. So it sucks because you don't always get permission on pieces like that. Most of the time guys are in line for property like that, and property like that is usually well known in your area. So be prepared to pay for premium land. Be prepared to go out and lease premium land if you want to have an opportunity to kill big bucks every year. The second thing is not shooting young bucks. A young buck, my nephew, new hunters, shoot the young bucks, that's fine. If you want to kill big bucks, then you have to let those young bucks pass. Those 1.5 years, 2.5, even 3.5-year-old bucks sometimes, you have to let those bucks walk. If you're not going to let those bucks walk, if you're going to shoot those deer, they're never going to reach their potential. A whitetail buck doesn't reach his potential until he's in that 4.5 to 6.5-year-old range. So 4 to 6 is where they hit their peak and really start becoming a mature animal. So if you're killing them when they're juveniles, you're not going to have a good big mature buck on your property. So the number 3 thing is to be realistic. Be realistic about what is in your area. Southwest Missouri here, there's some properties here where there's some 180-inch bucks on it. There is no doubt in my mind that you could go out here in Southwest Missouri. If you could hunt anywhere you wanted to, you could probably go out and kill you 180-inch, maybe even up to a 200-inch buck. But it's going to be few and far between. Most of the deer around here, when they hit maturity, are going to be anywhere from the 120 to 140-inch mark. Most of the time, they're going to hover right around that 130-inch mark, in this area. You do occasionally see some 150, 160s, and every now and then you hear about someone killing a 180-inch buck or something like that around here. So you have to be realistic about what is in your area. I am not going to go in Southwest Missouri. Of course, it's a mule deer. I'm not going to kill a mule deer in Southwest Missouri, but I'm not going to kill a whitetail this size in Southwest Missouri. If I go out looking for something this size and don't kill nothing but a deer this size, then chances are I'm not going to kill a mature buck, because I'm not going to see them like this in this area. What I'm going to see are going to be bucks like this. This is about 130-inch 12-point, and this is one of the bigger bucks that I've killed in Southwest Missouri. This is about what we're going to kill in Southwest Missouri. So you have to be realistic about what you're going to kill. I can kill a deer like this. Let me rephrase that. I can get an opportunity to kill a deer like this in this area just about every year. Now, whether I follow through on that is not always the case, but it is not unheard of for me to see deer like this in Southwest Missouri at least once, maybe twice a year. But I've never seen a deer like this in Southwest Missouri. I mean, you're never going to see a whitetail in this. This thing's got to be pushing the 160, 170 inch mark. I'm not going to see these kind of bucks in Southwest Missouri very often. If I do, I'm probably going to screw it up. So you got to be realistic about what you're going to, what you have in your area. And that brings us to number 4. We got a little segue. Number 4 is sometimes you got to travel. If you live in an area where there's not very many big bucks, very many mature bucks, you know, then sometimes you may have to travel. You know, you may have to put in for a tag somewhere. You may have to, like me, I could travel to northern Missouri. Northern Missouri is known for having monsters up there. It's still in state, but I can go to just another area of my state and have a better opportunity at some more mature and bigger, higher scoring bucks. So sometimes to increase your odds of killing that mature buck or mature animal, whatever you're after, you're gonna have to travel to do it. So that's number 5. Or number 6 reason is way to kill a big buck is to get a partner. When you get a partner, yeah, you got the chance that guy's gonna kill your big buck. That's just the way it goes. I would be thrilled if my partner, which is Kyle Tucker, if Kyle would kill a big buck, man, I would be just ecstatic, because he's seen me kill big bucks and he's extremely happy for me, and I would love for Kyle to kill a big buck. It'd just be, you know, but that's part of it. Sometimes your partner is going to kill a big buck. But the nice thing about having a partner is you got another set of eyes. You also have, so before I expand on that, you have another set of eyes. So I can hunt this tree stand and I don't know what's going on over here. So now I can hunt over here and Kyle can hunt over here, and I know what's going on here, and now Kyle knows what's going on over here, and we can work together as a team to hunt that area and become a lot more effective. You got 2 sets of eyes, you got 2 opinions on everything, you know, what you can do, what you can't do, and you got two sets of resources. You know, now Kyle's got tree stands, Kyle's got trail cameras, Kyle's got time to be in the woods when I don't have time to be in the woods. So sometimes getting a partner, yeah, you know, they could kill your big buck, but if you got a partner that you really like, you should be happy for them to kill a big buck too. But getting a partner and sharing information and sharing resources can be a great way for both of you to kill more mature animals. So I don't remember if I said in the first that there was 7 or 8, but I thought of another reason. So we're gonna go with 8 ways for you to kill a big buck in this. So the number 7 reason is to practice, practice, practice. And I know that sometimes finding time to practice with your gun or your bow or whatever your chosen weapon for hunting is, it can be tough. But when you get a mature buck in front of you, your adrenaline starts running. You lose, you know, your adrenaline is flowing, and you lose dexterity. You lose the ability to have clear thought, and you mess up. That's when you're gonna mess up the most, is when your adrenaline is flowing. But if you practice, 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 and make everything that you do in your shot muscle memory, then when that big buck comes up to you, yeah, you're gonna get buck fever, but then it's pull, anchor, aim, squeeze, pop. You made a successful shot. For me, that's the way it is. Everything is muscle memory. I pull, I anchor, I squeeze. I mean, it's just, that's it. That's all I have to do. So, and it took me a long time to develop that. Don't think that that's something you're going to develop overnight. And unfortunately, it's not something you're going to develop in the yard. But it does help to practice, practice, practice. Make all that routine in that shot muscle memory, to where when you pull back on that buck, that mature animal, it's just like that. It's mechanical. You pull back, you anchor, you aim, you squeeze, and you put off a successful shot every time. So practice, practice, practice. The last thing, number 8, is to scout, scout, scout. I was talking to a guy at work about this the other day. We were talking about equipment, and if I've got time in the woods, then I can take a $200 bow that I go down and buy at the pawn shop, and a $40 tree stand, and some cheap camo that I bought. I can go out and spend just a very minimal amount of money, and I'll out hunt the guy that's got $2,000 to $3,000 worth of equipment if I've got time in the woods. That is where it's key. Get your trail cameras out. Get out in the woods, know how to identify deer sign, know how to identify travel routes, and spend time in the woods. Now, there is a fine line here. You don't want to spend so much time in the woods that you're scaring all the deer off, but know their travel patterns, know their food sources, know their bedding areas. Get your tree stands hung early, you know what direction your wind is predominantly going to be out of, you know, and have tree stands set up for that wind. Have tree stands set up for, you know, winds that you don't normally get, for when fronts are moving and things like that. have alternate places that you can go with it. Understand that deer have summer travel routes and winter travel routes, and the food sources are going to change. Understand where all those food sources are going to be, and you will become a successful hunter. I get questions about that a lot. You know, how do you become a successful hunter? How do you put your tag on a lot of deer every year? And it's scouting, scout. Know where those deer live, know what they're doing, know what they're thinking, know what they're eating, know where they're sleeping. I guarantee you, like I said, if I can go out with a minimal amount of equipment, and I can out hunt a guy that's got high dollar equipment every time, if I spend more time in the woods. You know, if he doesn't spend time in the woods, it doesn't matter how good his equipment is, it doesn't matter what kind of camo he's got on, I will out hunt him. I can out hunt a guy wearing this full drawn addiction shirt than a guy wearing $1,000 camo, because I live and breathe and know everything that's going on in my hunting land. So those are the 8 things that I recommend if you want to become successful at killing big bucks from year to year. You have to have premium land. That is one of the biggest keys to it. That is one of the best things that you have to do. You have to shoot mature animals. You cannot shoot young animals. You have to shoot mature animals. You have to be realistic. Know what's in your area. Know what a mature buck's gonna score when he gets to that mature size. You know, don't be shooting for a 220-inch deer when the average deer in your area is a 120-inch deer. Be prepared to travel. Go to those areas where there are big bucks, where there are mature animals, and that will increase your odds of getting them. Get a partner. Share information. Share resources. And, you know, pull your efforts to make it as effective as you possibly can for those times in the woods. Practice. Make that shot muscle memory. Make it routine. Make it work. No matter how much your adrenaline is flowing, you got your mechanics down, and you're going to make that shot every time. Lastly, scout. Spend as much time in the woods as you possibly can. Know where those deer live. Know where they eat. Know where they sleep. Know everything that they're doing and what they're thinking and when they're going to do it. And I guarantee you, you do these things, not only will you kill more mature bucks, more mature animals and bigger bucks, you'll start killing more deer and more deer. You'll get to where you're killing, like last year, I killed 2 mature bucks and I believe 2 does, and maybe 1. Anyway, I killed 3 deer last year. The year before that, I killed 5 deer, and the year before that, I killed like 4. So, in just every year, last year my son killed 2. So. Every year I have a higher number of harvests, not necessarily big bucks, but I have a higher number of harvests because I do these things. So they're important not only for mature deer, mature animals, but they're also important for harvesting anything. So take those 8 things that I gave you there and try to put them to the best use that you can, and see if you don't have some better luck killing bucks. If you got some suggestions, that some things that you do that helps you kill mature animals every year, I'd love to hear those. Leave them in the comment section below. Be sure to check out our new partner, Full Drawn Addiction. You can check them out. We'll put a link to them below as well. And be sure to check us out, IkesOutdoors.com, Facebook under Ike's Outdoors, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share these videos. Appreciate you guys watching.